We have a quorum here. I'd love to get started. So Member Booth has our board member message today. And Member Booth, what do you need to get started? We'll get that PowerPoint going and then you go ahead and start.
Thank you.
One, two, three, four, five, six. We have enough. I'm closing doors.
Do you still have enough if I leave?
Nope. You stay. Yes, because we got uno, dos, tres, so we got 11 in here.
Okay.
All right. Happy New Year, everyone. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Utah Board of Education 2025. We welcome our new board members. We're happy to see a few familiar faces, and we hope that we can move forward together, new and old, in the very most productive ways possible as we join with the tireless efforts of our incredible USBE superintendency and staff, who 24/7 are the real dream makers. Together, we lead an army of thousands across this state who do their best to help every Utah child reach their potential through public education. America's presidents through the years have emphasized the critical importance of the work we're engaged in. Abraham Lincoln. Upon the subject of education, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people can be engaged in. John F. Kennedy. Let us think of education as the means of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there is a private hope and dream which, fulfilled, can be translated into greater strength of the nation. Lyndon B. Johnson. We have always believed that our people can stand on no higher ground than the school ground, nor can enter any more hopeful room than the classroom. We blend time and faith and knowledge in our schools to shape the destiny of this great republic. This new year is a great time to reflect. It seems like just yesterday that we were campaigning for the opportunity to work for Utah's children. 4 years ago, and again in this year's election cycle, I promised my constituents, if elected, I will encourage best practices through USBE's current initiatives. If elected, I will work to ensure USBE positively reinforces achievement by inviting local district and charter boards to raise awareness of all the good things happening in public education. I even promised that if elected, I would facilitate student mastery of clearly articulated academic standards with aligned assessments. Do these promises of mine, articulated more than 4 years ago when I was first elected, sound familiar? What were your campaign promises? How do we make good on those promises now that we are here together? How effectively will we work together as Utah's elected leaders of learning? Fortunately, we have a strategic plan in place to provide direction for the work to which we have committed ourselves. We share a vision. We seek academic and organizational excellence in Utah education. And our mission is to open doors of opportunity for all Utah children. Our vision and mission help us focus our board conversations and decisions to open those doors of opportunity for Utah graduates at USBE. We are goal-focused and goal-driven. For the past several years, our first goal for Utah children has started with a strong foundation in literacy and numeracy through the early grades. Superintendent Dixon and our highly qualified USBE staff work every day and many nights to ensure each student is taught by effective educators who are supported by effective school leaders. Following USBE's focus and lead, local LEAs and charters are knocking themselves out to make certain Utah's children learn in a safe and healthy school environment. In recent years, we have worked intensely on these 4 goals, and now, with our new board members in place, we will work together to develop a new set of goals for this year and beyond. Goals that will ensure that we fulfill our responsibility to educate every child. In 2025, as a new board member, we will have the task of adjusting meaningful priorities and tweaking the direction that this ship is sailing. As we work together, let's sharpen our focus on how we propose to align more intentionally with our strategic plan and how we propose to adjust that plan. We can't really accomplish anything individually on our own. We move forward only when we learn to work together. Thanks to staff, to parents, to educators across the state who have contributed in so many dynamic ways to the success of our journey thus far. Today we move forward with new faces, new ideas, new perspectives, new hopes and dreams. Hopefully we will be lifelong learners. Our efforts to be prepared and to listen carefully will empower us to make the right decisions for Utah's children. Each board member will contribute ideas, perspectives, and experiences to cultivate a collaborative community of shared accountability and leadership. Let's find joy in this rigorous journey with amazing companions, all working together in public education to teach every child. Recognizing some of my own inefficiencies in accomplishing our work this summer, I looked for a chance to get my act together. My efforts to explore best practices and ways for me to improve led me to Arlington, Virginia, and Kentucky to participate with other state board members from across the nation in NASB leadership training. While there, we were taught that our best work will occur when together we take effective action that is mutually supportive and leveraged to produce measurable improvement in a result. I was introduced to the concept of each board member contributing to the work of the body. I learned there are 4 quadrants of aligned contribution. Let's briefly zero in on each of these quadrants. First, high action, low alignment. A board member in this quadrant works actively to contribute to the result that is not reaching out to build relationships with others to achieve complementary efforts. In other words, this board member is acting on their own agenda, uninterested in adapting to maximize impact. Next, low action, low alignment. This board member observes what is going on but does not engage in either relationship building or taking action that can contribute to results. This board member is sitting on the fence, not connecting with others. Low action, high alignment. A board member in this quadrant fosters relationships but is not using those relationships to leverage contributions to the result. This is a board member connecting with others but not taking action to implement strategies. And finally, high action, high alignment. This board member has developed resilient relationships and acts on collaborative decisions, accountable for measurably improving results. This is what I want to be when I grow up. A board member implementing shared strategies while working simultaneously to strengthen relationships. High action, high alignment is only possible if you and those you want to work with seek to achieve a common result that cannot be achieved alone. Authentic agreement on the result defines the purpose and meaning of the work and allows people to answer the question, to what end? What is the result you are committed to achieving that you cannot achieve alone? Considering the 4 quadrants of aligned contributions can help get boards moving together in the same direction and actively matching up their actions to achieve results. High action captures actions that contribute effectively to the result and are frequent enough and large enough to make a measurable difference. We might ask ourselves, are my actions timely and sufficient to make a difference? Look once more at these 4 quadrants of aligned action. Consider the result or goal you share with others that is worth changing for. What quadrant are you in now? Where do you perceive others to be? What do these assessments tell you that you need to do and what others might need to do to both get to or stay in the realm of aligned action? Achieving alignment with peers is hard when you are in the habit of being the expert and can tell people what you think they need to do. The work of alignment requires listening to other points of view, modifying your own understanding of the limits of your authority and accepting other people's authority, living with shared decision making, and accepting other ways of learning and doing. What are you willing to do differently in how you work with others to align your actions? Each of us could make a commitment to aligned action that specifies what you will do, how you will do it, when you will do it, and how what you do will match up with or contribute to what others do. What is your level of aligned, actionable commitment? I invite you to study the handout that Sybil is sharing with you now and answer the questions for yourself. Consider our future time together and come prepared to our next board work session for important conversations that will open doors of opportunity for all of Utah's children. I'm personally looking forward to sharing this journey with you. Now let's begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Booth. Let's move to agenda item 3.2, our employee recognition.
Thank you, Chair Hymas. I want to take a moment to just congratulate and welcome new board members. And I've said to some of you that this feels a little bit like the first day of school for staff. When we recalibrate a board, we get very excited about watching you all work together and energized about the work. And I do warn your families that it's best that you don't know what you don't know yet, and that they should just plan on not seeing as much of you, because that's the role of the board. But I always feel such a sense of civic pride when I see our elected officials sworn in. I was able to attend the inauguration yesterday of 4 of our state elected officials, and it was so patriotic and almost a spiritual opportunity to be there. It was really amazing. So just so grateful for your work and your efforts, and welcome to the board. I have the opportunity to lead a staff of, as Member Booth said, almost 400 amazing human beings who show up every day because they want to make a difference in the life of our students. And they have a variety of roles. The majority of the roles are aligned to programs that are very specific in nature that come from the legislature. There's a line item that they are aligned to, or a federal item that they are aligned to. That's the majority of our staff. And so we like to honor our staff members, and we do so through a peer nominating process, and we get to honor them with a parking place, a mug, or a water bottle rather, like yours. Those are given out, not given out freely. You have to earn those. So we'll see, we may take yours away if you don't. We'll just, and I'm just kidding. No, some of you have been through a couple of them, I think. And then we also give a stipend to the employee. And they get a nice plaque, and we don't let anybody park in their parking space. It's a sacred thing. So with that, we are going to introduce our January 2025 Employee of the Month, Tammy Walker. So Tammy, if you'll come up and let us embarrass you and stand to the podium. Just come on up. So one of my favorite things is embarrassing employees, because they do not like to be in the limelight. So part of this is just my sheer joy of being able to brag on them and embarrass them. Tammy works in the child nutrition programs, and she is just an incredible team member that is a stalwart, and everybody up there so appreciates and loves her. They use words like patient, kind, always concerned with staff needs and the needs of the sponsors and all of the providers that she works with throughout the state of Utah. She's incredible when it comes to coordinating and correcting issues within the child nutrition program web system. And it is quite an intensive system, and has this relationship with another program called Link. Some of you might be familiar with that software, but there's a lot of development that goes on. And Tammy is so knowledgeable about this that the software developer has her on speed dial. So she's almost consulting as we develop, as we go. So she really can identify the very precise issues and makes it very efficient for the company to resolve the issues. So she also creates this vast list of reports. And that may not sound exciting to a lot of you to have a vast list of reports, but in the world of federal reporting and getting food to kids, that's what this is about, feeding our children. It's so helpful to have those lists of reports. And she, with snap of a finger, can get a report for anybody in her. I know it's not quite that easy, Tammy, but it feels like that to your team members to get those reports to them that then create more opportunities for students to get the food that they need. She's helping lead the creation of a new web system and the migration to the new system. And any of you who have been involved in migrating new web systems or technology systems, it is very overwhelming, but she just does it very calmly, and people are really relying on her. So I'll just end with saying that she is amazing in all parts of her job and so well respected and so deserving of this recognition. So congratulations, Tammy. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Dixon, and thank you, Tammy, for your work that you do here. We are at agenda item 4.1. This is public comment, and I want to just make sure that we have those who have signed up here with us since we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Can we confirm that, or can we circle back to public comment?
Julie's here.
We've got one.
I don't see Renee. Renee was here. Is she?